And once I started to travel along this particular road, other things seemed to me as issues that required better understanding. What does it mean, gods, with a small g? What does it mean, gods? The gods came, they did this, they did that. Who were they? How did they look? Were they short? Were they tall? So gradually, step by step, I reached the point where the so-called gods of antiquity, to call them by their Sumerian name, Anunnaki, literally meaning those who from heaven to earth came, that they became for me real beings. So I discovered, for example, that the tale in the Bible about that, in that chapter 6 of Genesis, to which I will keep coming back and back, because it is a crucial tale in the Bible with many implications. In that chapter, God, in the Hebrew God Yahweh, whose name, by the way, means I will be whoever I will be, and I can explain this a little later, looked at mankind as the deluge was about to happen, and didn't like what he saw. He saw mankind developed or evolved, and now there's so many of them, by the way, they've filled up the earth, and there's only evil in their heart. This is the biblical verse. So when the deluge comes, let the deluge wipe them off the face of the earth, and we'll be done with this experiment, with this chapter. And then in verse 9, the same Yahweh says, well, let me instruct my faithful servant Noah how to build an ark and save mankind. So this omnipotent God of the Bible, the monotheistic God, suddenly appears like a guy who cannot make up his mind, right? One minute he said, oh, let's get rid of them. And then he says, no, but you build a ship and you take this and that aboard and be saved, and so that mankind should not perish. But when you go to the sources of this tale, the Sumerian text, which are available now because during 150 years of archaeological work, others, not I, none of the tablets that I refer to in all my books have been found by me. I make no claim that I went to Iraq or wherever and that I was poking in the ground and look what I discovered. I did not discover anything. I'm just the one who went back to those tablets and said, this is not mythology. These are records of events that had actually taken place. That's the only difference between me and all the other scholars in archaeology and biblical studies, etc. So when you go to the Sumerian sources, and there are tales about the flood and how it happened and when it happened and who was Noah, etc., you find that there were actually two so-called gods. One was called Enki, which literally means Enki, Lord of Earth, and the other one was Enlil, Lord of the Command. And it was Enlil who was unhappy with the way mankind turned out, but it was Enki who was involved in that decision, which is quoted in the Bible a chapter or two earlier, where the Elohim say, let us fashion the Adam in our image and after our likeness, and that was Enki, the scientist among them, who said